Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Superintendent Martin Weekes, Head of Community Policing, and I'll be the officer in overall command of the police operation for the Cup Match long weekend. I'd like to take this opportunity to advise the public on a number of matters to ensure a peaceful and safe time during this year's Cup Match. And the purpose of this press conference is to flesh out some of the details of how we will be policing the Cup Match long weekend using high visibility patrols and our partner agencies in the Ministry of Public Safety, the Bermuda Reserve Police and the Bermuda Regiment. I'd like to reassure the public that we will be out in force, as we always are, for the big major event weekends of the season. You will see a lot of high visibility patrols in and around not only the St George's area but also the other big events that are planned, all with a view to making Bermuda safer. In line with our strategic intent of guns, gangs, drugs reduction, we will be intent on deterring those members of the public that might seek to disrupt the holiday weekend with acts of violence and criminality. Patrols will be paying particular attention to incidents of public disorder, antisocial behaviour and weapons possession. These persons who are not deterred by the presence of the police and commit these offences can expect to be promptly arrested and delivered to the courts. In response to the positive feedback that we got last year for our patrols with the Bermuda Regiment, particularly around the Cup Match game, we will again be partnering with them and the Reserve Police in our patrols, both at the game and on the water. Again, we'll be doing high visibility patrols inside the grounds and outside the grounds, and you will see more patrolling officers and less people on static positions this year, with the view to giving people more reassurance that we're going to be there when needed. We'll also be working with other agencies outside of our ministry, such as parks, and of course the various security agencies that are going to be involved down at the game and also at the other big events throughout the island. We will of course be utilising CCTV, both in the city area and at the grounds. I'm sure Mr. Painter from the Cricket Club will explain more about the CCTV that will be going on within the Cricket Club itself. Road traffic will of course be an issue around the St George's area, as always is. There's only limited parking. Tiger Bay area at the moment is not available for parking due to the concert that night. I understand it's possible the shuttles will be run from Kinley Field Road, but I understand more information will be coming out around parking for the area. But it is safe to say that there will be some traffic issues around the St George's area during the Cup Match period, and anyone who has to go to other events around there will need to leave earlier in order to get through that traffic. The Bermuda Police Service will of course do our best to cause as minimum disruption to the motoring public as can be done in order to get everyone in and out of the game. The marine environment is of course a busy place for us during Cup Match weekend, much as it is for May 24th. We will have combined patrols of the Regiment, the Reserve Police and the Bermuda Police Service out on the water, and you can expect to see visible patrols. And please, I'd like to make sure that we remind the public to carry the necessary safety equipment and to make sure, of course, that you have a 2013 decal on your boat if you want to avoid getting stopped and pulled over by our patrols and getting unnecessary tickets. So please make sure that when you do go out on your boat, you file a float plan and you make sure you've got all the necessary equipment. Loud music is another issue that the Bermuda Police Service will be no doubt having to deal with during the Cup Match period. And we'd ask that everybody think about what you're doing here. Not only the people who are playing the music, but also the people who are obviously having to listen to it. We understand that it's a party weekend and there is going to be a lot of parties going on, but what we ask is that people use a little common sense, be nice to your neighbours and keep the music down to a reasonable level. And we also ask some indulgence on behalf of those neighbours that you're not calling police unnecessarily. Obviously if it gets too loud and it's too late, then we do expect you to call us, but we will ask that people in the spirit of neighbourliness indulge that this is a party season. The other big area that I would like to touch on today is crime prevention. We've had some issues in the last few weeks, and perhaps it's because of the heat and the extra hot weather that we seem to be experiencing. People have been going out and leaving their houses insecure, windows and doors open in order to allow fresh air to come into the house. But what has happened, of course, is that when they've got home, they found that they have been broken into and that property has been stolen. So we would encourage everybody over the long weekend, particularly if you're going out camping and you're going to be away from your house, or if you're going to any of the events, to please think about crime prevention. Keep your house locked up, make sure everything's secure. And the same also with your bikes and cars. We've had a few cases lately where people have left their bikes with the keys in just to go for a few minutes, and unfortunately there's people out there who will take the opportunity and take your bike and even take your car if you're silly enough to leave it with those keys in. So again, we advise caution on behalf of the motoring public and the residents of Bermuda that you think about crime prevention during this party weekend. My final message is to encourage everyone to exercise patience, tolerance, caution, and to help the Bermuda Police Service to do our job this weekend. We appeal to the public, and particularly those persons in the community who are involved in violent crime or have friends and family involved in these crimes, to think about the Cup Match holiday and what it means to their community, and to not spoil these events for the whole community. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, I wish the entire community a pleasant, enjoyable and safe Cup Match weekend.